This is Penn High School student Bo Ludwig with a Pennant podcast. I'll be talking with Ronnie Paulus, the starting quarterback for the Kingsmen. Ronnie, thanks for joining us.
No problem.
Tell me, what do you love about the quarterback position?
Well, what I've always loved about it, whether I'm practicing or playing in the backyard with my little brother, is, throwing the ball is pretty nice, but just being the leader on the field and getting to see how the team's improving and being in charge and all that stuff's probably my favorite parts about playing quarterback.
How do you prepare in the off season? How do you get ready for the upcoming season?
I do a lot of workouts. I'll be throwing with my dad or going to Sharpley training, working out at Notre Dame, just a whole bunch of stuff in the off season. Get my body ready.
Your dad has a lot of experience playing football. He played college and pro football. How has that prepared you and benefited you?
Well, it's prepared me very well, and it's a privilege to be able to get some of the knowledge from him. Really, everything's a learning experience, especially when I get home from games. We'll be talking about stuff that I haven't seen yet, and then I'll watch it and film with him the next day. And I'm just always learning, especially when I'm talking to him. So,
Has it ever been hard for you having to, grow up around someone that's been so successful? Has there ever been any pressure?
Well, me and him, we're not the same person or anything. He's
Right.
not on the field competing with me. I mean, I'm just trying to be the best that I can be, and he was good, and he won a lot of games, and when he played. So, I mean, it'd be nice to try and win a lot of games like he did.
Yeah, of course. As a quarterback, you have to be able to lead and get your team ready. How do you prepare for an upcoming game and get your teammates ready?
Well, it all just comes down to the focus we have in practice, and our coaches help a lot with that. Preparing for games and the mindset we need to have going into a game and getting our plays ready and all of our personnel groups, and everything just comes down to focus and practice.
Speaking of upcoming games, we got a big rivalry coming up against Mishawaka. What is going to be the toughest thing about playing them?
Well, they're a great team, and we have a lot of history with them, obviously. So it'll be a good game. The toughest thing about playing them will probably be how intense they are.
Mm-hmm.
They play very intense games, and they've picked it up a lot these last few games. So we just have to practice and get ready to match that in the game, and hopefully have a pretty successful one.
So this season, how have you been able to grow as a leader and also just as a quarterback in general? It's been a good year. How have you been able to improve?
I've been able to improve on a lot of things. Well, just being my first year starting, it's helped
Right.
a lot. Reps and practice always help out, and last year I didn't get many, but I got to practice, and I got to follow a good team and a good group of seniors, and I have another good group of seniors this year, and they helped me a lot through learning and doing the right things and how to play, and they're just a big help.
You mentioned Notre Dame earlier. Are you thinking about playing college football? And if so, what does the recruiting process look like?
Yeah, I am thinking about playing college football. I mean, that's the goal, but
Right.
it's not the end game. What was your second question? What was the second part to that?
What does the recruiting process look like? How has that been?
The recruiting process for me has really just picked up pretty recently. It just starts out with sending your film to coaches, hearing responses, going to camp, going to games and meeting them, and just being around their team and the way they operate, and that's a good way to get a feel for where you want to go to college.
Does that ever become stressful, the whole process?
I mean, not for me really. It's just something I've been looking forward to my whole life, to be honest. This is what I've prepared for. And I mean, it's just what I get ready for every day, every practice, and every game.
So, Ronnie, you've tweeted before about the importance to raise awareness for the fight against diabetes. November is National Diabetes Awareness Month. Why is this cause important to you?
Well, with me being a type 1 diabetic, it's really important to me because it's affected my life, and I've had it since I was 9 years old, and it's never the end of a story, and for me it was just the beginning. For me, it really turned around my life and got me to learn a lot of different things about myself that I never really knew. It really helped pick up a lot of things in my life. I learned to become a better person, better athlete probably, and
Right.
do a lot of good things.
How have you been able to just never let that slow you down and just make sure every day you're getting better?
Um, my family helps out a lot with it, and all my friends know that I have it. So if ever I'm struggling with something or need help, I know I can go to good people around me and ask for it. So
As the playoffs approach, the end of the season's coming. What do you guys need to do as a team to make sure you make a big run this year?
um, that's a good question. Approaching the end of the season, uh, well, first off, the best part about that is we've improved every week, and it's been pretty obvious. Our offense has gotten going the past couple weeks. Our defense is always rocking, and just our mindset going into games has changed since the very first week. It's been more practices have been a lot more intense, a lot more focus. Guys are just really zoned in and ready to go, and that's what we're going to need going into the playoffs to make a good run, and hopefully it turns out to be a successful one.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ronnie, for joining us.
No problem.
That's it.